Silver bells, it's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling, hear them ring, soon it will be Christmas Day. Mom hadn't been home in 3 months. She had missed the changing of the season, the colors, the closing of the garden, the taking in of the dock. She hadn't made it to my university graduation, and she had missed the busy season in their business. The first snowfall had come and gone. The house felt really empty. My oldest sister, newly married, my other sister off on a 6-month overseas adventure. And it was just Dad home, with Mom being away. And so I moved home after I graduated, and we spent some time together. You see, on September 10th, my mom had been in a really bad car accident. Fortunately, the other drivers had really minor injuries, but my mom, she had been kind of broken up like Humpty Dumpty. Both arms, both legs, and her pelvis, all broken. Now, fortunately, the doctors were much better than all the king's horses and all the king's men, and they were able to piece my mom together again with pins and plates and a hope and a prayer, and she was on the mend. What we were really hoping for was that my mom would be home for Christmas. I'll be home for Christmas, you can count on me. You see, in order to be released from the hospital, even for a few days, you have to be able to transfer. So you've got to be able to move from the bed to a chair. And in order to do that, you have to put your weight somewhere. So, your legs or your arms, and of course, my mom had broken all of them. But it appeared as though her right leg was going to be strong enough for her to be able to transfer maybe by Christmas. And so we were pretty excited, and we thought that there was a really good possibility that she might come home. So there's something you need to know about the way my family works. My mom, she's the director. Not the big, booming voice, yelling, pointing kind of director. She's the calm, quiet director that organizes everybody in order to get everything done. See, as kids, we learned about lists. So my mom is the list queen. And anytime there was anything going on in the house, there was a list, and it usually sat on top of the microwave. And so our job was to go to the list, choose a job off the list, go and complete the job, and then come back to the list and cross the job off and choose another one until the list was complete. And it didn't matter if we were hosting a great big Christmas party or cleaning the house, this is how it worked. So, with hope in our hearts that Mom would come home for Christmas, we made our lists. Now, we knew we weren't going to be able to bring Mom to our home because we had too many stairs. So we were going to go to the cottage. And we were pretty excited about that. Oh, Christmas tree, of all the trees so lovely. So Dad and I went to a local lot, a couple of concessions over, to buy a Christmas tree. And they had some cut ones, but they also had a field. And so we went out with a saw and we went looking for a tree. Now, if you've ever gone to choose a Christmas tree, you find that in the field, they don't look very big. So we cut this tree down and we brought it home, and wow, it was big. But it was beautiful. So we brought our things from home, ornaments and decorations, and it made the house look beautiful and familiar. My sister Shelley and I, we went down to see Mom. We talked to her about, what she might want to buy, her Christmas list. And we made sure we bought all those things and wrapped them up and put them under the tree so they would be ready for her. So we had kind of done a lot of what we needed to do, and now it was up to her. And we were pretty sure that she was going to come home, but it was just a matter of time. It's a holly jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year. So we got well into December, and we weren't really sure if it was going to happen, and we visited Mom regularly to keep her spirits up, and Dad talked to the doctors, and it looked really promising that she was going to come home. Fabulous. So what we had realized was that we had spent a lot of time organizing what we would do when Mom was home, but we hadn't really thought about how we would get her home. And so my dad and I, we got talking about this, and we started looking at it. And we thought, okay, how are we going to do this? So Dad had bought a van to replace the car that got smashed up, and we were thinking, that would be fine. We could, create a ramp and, push Mom up in the wheelchair up the ramp. And so we got out to the garage, and we were sort of looking at this, and, how's this going to work? And the angle was too steep, and the ramp was too long, and this was not going to happen. The math just didn't work out. So, plan B. My grandmother spent the winters in Florida and left her car in my parents' garage. I said, okay, we'll use Grammy's car. It's much lower. The seats are lower. We'll be able to get Mom in. And so, and now my grandmother's car was a big old Cadillac, 1979 Fleetwood with the long hood and the long trunk, little granny, toot, toot, toot. And so, okay, great. So, we're organizing ourselves, and we thought, okay, how do we get Mom from the wheelchair into the car? Because, she may or may not be able to help. We may have to just be able to move her. So, okay, we'll get a board, and we'll put it between the chair and the car. So we tried it out. Got a chair from the kitchen and brought it out to the garage, and got a board, and we set it all up, and I got on, and Dad slid me down the board, and it seemed to be working pretty well until I got, to the seat. Velour. Velour is not slippery. And so we knew that we might be able to get Mom in, but we'd never be able to get her back out. Okay, how are we going to do this? We need something that will slide. Garbage bag. Always works. So we got the garbage bag, we put it on the chair, I got on, slid me down the ramp into the car, hauled me back out. We have a plan. And now it was up to Mom. So the day came, we got the word, it's time, she can come home, and we were so excited. So we, picked up the last few things, got food for Christmas dinner, and then the day came where we were going to pick her up. So down we went to collect her, and the nurses got a laugh out of our transfer method, but it worked. And we were heading back home, dashing through the snow in a Fleetwood Cadillac. We had a wonderful holiday. We opened presents and ate meals together and shared stories, and it was wonderful. You see, what we did was we took a really challenging situation, a situation that could have felt really uncomfortable, really sad, really depressing, really overwhelming, and we just chose to do it a different way. Love, laughter, and a great attitude, it's always a good start. Add in some creativity and some flexibility and a little jerry-rigging, and you've got yourself a good holiday. So we've been blessed to have my mom for another 15 years, and we expect her to be around for a whole lot longer. And every year we go to that Christmas tree stand, Christmas tree lot, and we choose our tree, and every year it makes me think of that first Christmas where we went there and how important it was and how wonderful it was. My wish for you is for a very Merry Christmas, a happy holiday. Blessings to you.